All right, so look, I'm about to explain to you the different ab variations. You can hit your upper chest, your upper ab right here. You get the middle and the lower. If you want to go for something like the lower, bro, you come right here with it. See how low? Boom, boom. Straighten your neck, straighten your body posture. Boom. The middle, you want to kick out. So you straighten up, you kick. You want to hit that upper right there, almost close to those obliques. You want to do some twists. Boom, elbow contact, back down. Boom, elbow contact, back down. Welcome back to another video on the channel. My name is Delonte Freeman. I'm your host, and this is S.M.B Fitness. In today's video, I want to discuss a very important topic, and that topic is about, life in general and what to look out for. When God is trying to bring you home, and certain signs you'll see when the Lord is trying to bring you home, when the Lord is, having grace over your life. And it may not be what you think it is, Oftentimes, the Lord looks differently than the world looks, right? So when we're talking about the world and when we're talking about the modern Christianity and the church like that, they often talks about, the grace and the goodness of God, which I'm not saying that God isn't good and he doesn't have grace over our lives, but I truly believe that the modern world and modern society don't really understand who God is. They don't really know God. See, in this life, man, pride always comes before the fall. And the fall always comes before the paradise. Before you can ever come up in this life, you gotta fall. And that's just with anything in this life. Speaking of certain, sports and athletes, certain people with success, they often talk about how many times they failed, right? But you only see the sunshine. You only see the reward. You don't see the long, cold, hard nights that they had to go through, And majority of the world doesn't glorify or glamorize, or, they don't put it in the spotlight. They don't let it be known and seen that mistakes and falling and failure is real. When God is trying to bring you home, you go always fall. See, my prayers work, man. I pray for people and they don't even know that I pray for them. And when I pray for a new person, every time I pray for a new person or somebody, and I genuinely believe it in my heart that, the Lord is go, deal with this certain individual. Every time I pray for them, they end up falling or something bad end up happening to them. Like literally the next day or sooner than later, I get some news that this person has went through a certain thing, And as I'm dealing with God, I realized that I had to go through a certain thing in order to actually be where I am. I had to fall. I had to go down to my lowest. I had to lose it all spiritually. While gaining the world physically, I lost everything spiritually. I disowned and I did the blasphemy of God, right? And the Son of God, Yahweh Shah, also known as Jesus Christ. I did the blasphemy. I became an atheist. I tried to do the astral projection and all of the above, I was literally calling myself a demon. Me and the homies, we would call ourselves demons, and we glorified doing wrong. And as I was doing these things, I would see myself spiraling out of control spiritually. A lot of these spiritual diseases I started to, acquire. I started to obtain a lot of spiritual diseases that I didn't even know were there. See, before I did that, any problem or any piece of destruction was always beautiful. I always had faith. But when I gave up on the faith of Christ, also known as Yahushua. And I turned my back on the truth, and I tried to be an atheist and believe in something else. I truly started experiencing dark things spiritually. You know? And the reason I turned my back on the faith and I turned my back on God was because of my pride. I thought that I knew it all. I thought that I was getting so much money as a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, so much female attention. The homies and everybody just wanted to be my friend. I felt like I was coming up so fast that I didn't need God no more. Or my father, my actual earthly father. Or my mother or my parents. I didn't need to listen to anyone anymore. And as I was doing these things, bad things would happen. Not only physical things like, getting shot at and don't even know who's shooting at you. Or losing homies. Right? Or getting stole from by your closest homies, Being in certain life or death high-speed chases with the police and making it out alive. But long run turn, the car could have flipped, you could have crashed, anything. And being in these situations was almost like that. It almost hit the breaking point, I was just digging deeper and deeper and falling deeper and deeper, but it all came because of my pride. So if we go back to the main topic and the main statement that I said in the beginning of this video is pride comes before the fall. And in my life, as I fail, I realized that falling, it only brought me back to the Lord. And that's all falling is gonna do. When you fall, when you go through pain, hardships, you don't know why, you don't know what's going on and why. When you reach a certain breaking point, when you reach a low point in your life, and you just don't know what else to do, when you hit your knees and pray, and eventually submit yourself and say, I have nothing else to do, I don't know what else to do, I'm gonna just try this prayer thing out. What happens? You start to see some success. You start to see the paradise. But you had to fall before you even got to your knees. See, God has a certain way of doing things, man. If you think you big and bad in this life, things will start going wrong, You got too much pride, no humility at all, things are going to start going wrong. And it's going to break you down till you weak and you realize that you need God. But after you get broken down, then you can start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I want to touch bases on that topic, that I was saying in the beginning of this video about when I pray for a person, how certain things happen, I pray for people, man. I really do, And I'm not to say that I'm the best person in the world, but my heart is so caring and kind to the point where at times I don't even pray for myself, because everything is going perfect for me. I don't have all the money that I want or physical things that I want financially, but I made it another day. Now, that's enough, to just say, God, I don't even want anything. I appreciate that, That's just enough to thank God right there in itself. So I don't really think about myself because I know that He got me. So I think about others who don't know that He got them. And I pray that they understand and they know that He got them. And when I pray these prayers, man, things happen to people. Literally. Like, I'll give you one example. And this one example is very open. I talk about it a lot. Somebody that I care about, dearly, and I hold close to my heart. My right hand man, my friend, my homie, my brother. Literally. Like, bro was my bestie, growing up. I didn't really allow outsiders in my life. So I cling closer to family and people closest to me and people that I grew in this world with. People related to me, by blood. Because I just never really trusted outsiders, I'm not the type of guy. It's always God, family, then sports or football. That was my thing growing up, And as my brother was heading down a dark path, I would pray certain prayers like, Lord, just look out for him, And as I do that, man, he hit this point in his life where things got very bad, to the point where now he's facing up to 13 years in prison. I think he got about 8 more years to go. He did a few already as he was fighting his case and before he got sentenced. But after the sentencing, that's what happened. Now, while he's going through this hard time in his life, I truly believe that it's God calling young bro home. We didn't grow up believing in other religions or other faiths. We grew up believing in one faith, the right faith. And as you veer away and as you veer away and decide to step away from the faith, because of pride or because of ego or because of whatever it may be, you slowly realize as you get older, as bad things happen, that you need that same faith that you once gave up on or that you once believed in the beginning. You need that same faith to get you through it. Believing in the God of Israel, the Father, Yahweh, and believing in his only begotten Son, the King of the Jews, the Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shah. That's what got me here. That's why I get to live and see another day. Through all my ups and downs, through all the life or death situations, experiencing those things at a young age, that is why I speak and talk the way I talk. And in this video, I always come and try to touch your heart. And I just speak the truth, man. I speak from the heart, trying to reach your heart. And as I'm speaking to you, man, I hope that you listen to me. I hope that you're listening, and I hope that you can hear me. Pride, it comes before the fall, but that fall comes before the paradise. When you falling, when things is going bad, look back and think, was I prideful? And look towards God. And once you look towards God, you will see the light. That being said, man, I appreciate you all for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Share this video, share this message. And I'm out, man. Peace.